Enoch, the Watcher's rebellion. The earth was rich and dark like the skin of its people. Villages thrived along the rivers, where women drew water in clay jars, and men hunted with spears tipped in stone and bronze. At night, fires lit the land, and drums carried through the valleys. From the heights of the mountains, the Watchers looked down. They were angels shining vast, their forms greater than men. At first, they kept their duty, guarding the earth, but over time, their eyes lingered on the daughters of men. The women were radiant in the sun, hair coiled and braided, skin glowing with oil, necklaces of shells and beads resting on their chests. Their laughter rose with the wind, and the angels desired them. Semyaza, their leader, spoke, "These daughters of earth, they are fairer than the light of heaven. I long to walk among them, to take one as my wife." The others trembled. "If we descend alone, the punishment will be too great." "Then swear with me," Semyaza urged. "Let us all bind ourselves to this act, that none may turn back." So they swore an oath together, 200 in number, their voices like thunder rolling across the mountains. That night they descended. The villages shook as their feet touched the ground. The people, seeing their brightness, fell in fear. But the Watchers came with soft words. "Do not fear," said Azazel, tall as a cedar, his skin bright like burnished copper. He placed ornaments of gold and silver on the wrists of women. He taught them how to line their eyes with black coal and braid their hair with jewels. Others whispered, forbidden secrets, sorcery, charms, the cutting of roots. The women, half afraid and half entranced, listened, and the Watchers took them into their tents, lying with them as though they were husbands. The women bore children, but not ordinary children. Their wombs swelled beyond measure. Their cries at birth shook the earth, for what came forth were giants. These sons were vast and terrible. As youths, their heads brushed the roofs of huts. As men, they strode taller than trees. Their voices rumbled like storms, their appetites unending. At first the villages marveled. "Behold, our sons are mighty. Who can stand against them?" But the giants' hunger devoured the land. They ate the crops and livestock, drank rivers dry. And when food was gone, they turned on the people themselves. One night, a giant seized a man's son before his very eyes. "Release him," the father cried, striking with a spear. But the spear broke against the giant's skin, and with a cruel laugh, the child was devoured. Blood stained the earth. The voices of mothers rose in wailing. Then came war. The giants, consumed with pride, turned against one another, tearing the land with their battles. Villages burned, families fled into caves, and the cries of humankind rose to the heavens. The Most High heard. He said to the archangels, "Behold what the Watchers have done. They have defiled themselves with the daughters of men, and their sons bring ruin upon my creation. Go, bind them for judgment." Michael descended with sword of flame. Gabriel scattered the armies of giants. Raphael healed the land, drying rivers of blood. Uriel came to warn the righteous man Enoch. Enoch walked among his people, a man of dark skin, hair like wool, eyes burning with wisdom. He was lifted in vision to the throne of God, where fire flowed like rivers, and the Son of Man sat at the right hand of the Ancient of Days. The Watchers, seeing their doom, begged Enoch, "Petition for us. Surely God will forgive." But the word came back firm. "No forgiveness. Your judgment is sealed. Your sons will fall by the sword. You will be bound until the great day." And so it was. The giants destroyed one another, their corpses strewn across the land. Their spirits rose as restless shadows, cursed to wander the earth as demons. The watchers were chained in pits of fire beneath the desert sands. Azazel was cast into darkness, his face covered in jagged stone. And Enoch, righteous among men, returned with visions of the end. He warned his sons, "Do not envy the wicked or the mighty. Their riches and weapons will turn to dust. But the righteous will shine like stars, and their names will be written in the book of life." Not long after, Enoch was no more. Some say he walked into the mountains and vanished. Others tell that he was carried in light, spared from death. But his story remained, how the watchers defied heaven, how women of the earth bore giants, and how one man walked with God so closely that he was lifted beyond the grave.